Once upon a time, deep in a warm and whispering forest, a tiny hare decided to outsmart the biggest, loudest lion in all the land. Long, long ago, wise teachers in ancient India wrote down a great book of animal stories. It was called the Panchatantra, which means 5 chapters of wisdom. These stories were written to teach kings and children how to live cleverly and kindly. The Panchatantra is one of the oldest collections of fables in the whole world. Scholars say it was written nearly 2,000 years ago, somewhere in the land we now call India. Its animal tales have since travelled to almost every country on earth. One of its most beloved stories is called The Lion and the Hare. It lives inside the very first chapter of the Panchatantra, a chapter about friends, enemies, and the power of a calm, thinking mind. In a great green forest, there lived many animals. Deer grazed softly by the river. Monkeys dozed in the mango trees. Peacocks spread their fans in the afternoon sun. It was a peaceful, beautiful place. But there was one problem. A great lion ruled the forest. Every single day, he would roam and roar and hunt, killing far more animals than he ever needed to eat. The forest creatures lived in constant fear. The animals gathered under an old banyan tree. They spoke in hushed, worried voices. "We cannot go on like this," said the elephant quietly. "We must find a way to stop so much killing in our forest." At last, they came up with a plan. They would go to the lion and make him a solemn offer. Each day, one animal would willingly walk to the lion, so he would never need to hunt and disturb the whole forest again. The lion stretched lazily and agreed. He liked this very much. Now his meals would come to him without any effort at all. He settled back on his rock, tail swishing, and waited each day for his meal to arrive. Days passed. One by one, the animals took their turn. When the day came that was assigned to the hares drew lots among themselves. The lot fell to one small, bright-eyed hare. The little hare did not tremble. She sat very still and thought for a long, quiet moment. Then a slow smile crossed her face. She had thought of something. A plan, small and clever as herself. The hare walked very, very slowly toward the lion's rock. She took every winding path she could find. She stopped to sniff flowers. She paused to watch a butterfly. The sun was already low when she arrived. The lion was furious. He roared so loudly the leaves shook. "You are tiny, and you are late," he thundered. "Give me one good reason why I should not break our agreement this very moment." The little hare bowed her head politely and spoke in a soft, steady voice. "Great King, I am sorry. I was delayed because another lion stopped me on the path. He said he's the true ruler of this forest, and that you are a pretender." The lion's eyes went wide. Then they went very narrow. "Another lion," he growled slowly. "In my forest?" He stood up tall and shook his enormous mane. "Show me this pretender. Show me right now." The hare led the lion through the forest, along winding paths, until they came to a very deep, still old well. Its water was dark and perfectly calm, like a round mirror set into the earth. "He lives down there, great king," said the hare in a hushed voice. "I saw him with my own eyes. He is waiting for you." The lion crept slowly to the edge of the well and peered down into the dark water, and there, staring back up at him, was a lion. A very large lion, with a very full mane and very fierce eyes. It was, of course, simply his own reflection in the still water below. The lion roared. The reflection roared back. The lion roared louder. The reflection looked just as fierce. Filled with pride and fury, the lion leapt straight down into the deep, cold well. This is the climax of the old tale. The greedy lion, tricked by nothing more than his own reflection, was gone. The hare had not used claws or teeth or strength. She had used only her quiet, patient mind. The little hare walked back through the forest slowly, the same winding way she had come. The moon was rising now. Fireflies blinked softly in the tall grass. The forest felt different, lighter somehow. When she returned to the banyan tree, all the animals were waiting. The elephant, the deer, the monkeys, they all listened as she told her story. And then the whole forest was very, very quiet. And then it was full of joy. The Panchatantra teaches us that this story carries a lesson called Intelligence Overcomes Strength. Scholars who study these ancient fables say this idea, that a calm mind is mightier than big muscles, appears again and again in its pages. The little hare's story spread far beyond India. Versions of this tale have been found in Persian books, in Arabic collections, and in stories told across Europe and Africa, carried by traders and travelers across many centuries. And now the forest rests. The deer sleep by the silver river. The monkeys curl up in the mango trees. And somewhere under the banyan tree, a tiny hare tucks her nose beneath her soft, warm ears and drifts off to sleep. Sweet dreams, the end.